This is L Jack Beats for rapping on behalf of HBS, giving you this tutorial. Hello viewers, this is L Jack Beats. I'm here to guide you through the navigation of the Ableton Live software. From the left we have the tap to tempo, and you can see right there it's adjusting to the tempo. This is the metronome, and this drop down box right here gives you more metronome options. Count in a bar before you record your MIDI, and this right here is how you want your grids to be set up on the playlist. This is the play button, at the stop, the record, and this cross right here. When recording MIDI information into Ableton Live, if this button right here is unchecked, the MIDI information is going to be replaced. This right here is to enable automation and disable automation clips, and this right here works with the Ableton hardware called the Ableton Push. This right here is the loop cycle. This is the punch in and punch out recording for audio, and this is time signature. Now by default, when you open Ableton Live, it shows you 2 MIDI tracks and 2 audio tracks. Now the MIDI tracks is used to layer MIDI information, while audio is used to record your audio and layer your audio samples on the arrangement view. There are 2 views on Ableton Live: the arrangement view and the session view. This right here you're looking at is the session view, mostly used for live performances with the Ableton Push hardware device, and the arrangement view is more like where you have freedom to layer and arrange audio and MIDI clips. Now to switch the views of the Ableton Live, you use the tab key on your keyboard, and you press it once again, it goes back to the session view. So you use the tab key to flip from session view to arrangement view. And this right here is a reverb preset that has already been set by default as a send, and this here is a delay send FX as well. This right here is the master track. This is more like the mixer control, this whole area. And this right here is the big part, sounds containing the default Ableton tones that you can use in making your beats with. Drums, default drum kits that comes with Ableton Live. Instruments, and these are devices that you use to layer your arrangement. And this the plugins is where you can access your plugins upon scanning. And for your plugins to be right here, you have to go to options, preferences, and you go to plugins. You have to turn this switch on, and you click on browse, and you locate wherever your 64-bit plugin is. Now if you want to add samples, your own samples to Ableton Live, you come to the add folder and you select your target folder of where your sample library is. You can start additioning them straight up. Now for us to make a beat, for example, we got to switch to the arrangement view. For us to have more flexibility, we have to come to sounds, and I think I'll need a mallet sound because I want to create an Afrobeat. And once you double click while the MIDI track is highlighted already, the device goes to that MIDI track. Now it's loaded and it's automatically armed. This is the arm track, this is the solo button, this is the pan knob, this is the mixer section for this arrangement view, and this is the mixer section for the session view. For you to add a MIDI clip to this MIDI track, for you to be able to add MIDI information, you can as well click on the record button and use your keyboard to play, or you can highlight the region from the start down to where you've been looped, and you can right click at the stop right here. You see the options, and you see insert MIDI clips, and you click on that. Now this is where the piano roll is. You can use this to expand it, and you can reduce this. Look at this magnifying glass right here at this region. If you left click on it and you take your mouse down, you will zooming in, zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. And Ableton Live is so powerful, it zooms up to 16,380 or more. Very infinitive, gives you more flexibility over your MIDI clips, which is an edge over some doors. This headphone button right here sometimes might not be checked, so for you to be able to hear what you're programming, your piano roll, you have to check this headphone button, and you begin to layer your MIDI clips. Now I'm going to use 100 BPM or 97. Now look, when highlighting MIDI clips, for you to get a perfect calculation, you look at these time markers right here. Now you saying this place is grayed out, this section right here is grayed out, while this place is whitish in color. That gives you a perfect cycle, a perfect bar. So you can just highlight from this and look at these markers right here. You have to make sure they're very equal, like from here to here. And then I can duplicate by pressing Ctrl D. Now just have to highlight and move. Now for you to quantize, you use Control U is quantize. Now for you to have more quantize option, you can either look down here as you zoom out, as you zoom in, the quantize option changes, which is a very good thing. And while zooming out, it changes. Now it's at 32, now it's at 16, and so forth. That's one good thing about this. This is very good flexibility. Okay, like shift tab, go back. And if you want to go inside the piano roll again, you can just click on this head right here, double left click, and you're in. Now shift tab to go out. Now let's add the wood block. Remember, Control Shift M to add a MIDI clip, so we can play our MIDI information on that track. Control Shift M, and that's that. Now in FL Studio, the default pitch range of the sample starts at C5, but in Ableton Live it starts at C3. Now let's go. Control D, Control D again. Now I've gotten that bar. I highlight and make sure this point and this point is very much equal. That way you have a very nice equal arrangement, not stressing yourself. Just Control D and everything duplicates, and now we have a full cycle of this. All right, let's add more. I want to add a MIDI track right now. I do Control Shift T for MIDI track. I can move this up and duplicate the MIDI track so I avoid creating more tracks. Now I double click on this. I double click on the sample why it's been highlighted on this MIDI track, and it creates a simpler track. And I adjust the release time to have the full sample property. That's one thing you just have to keep doing. Sorry about that. Or you can rather use the audio format as it is and you play it right here as well. You just drag and drop. That's another way to go about it. Now, since I have gotten this, I can now truncate this. This is 1 2 1 2 1 2. I calculate this and I highlight to this point and I Ctrl D because that is what I need. Span for some reason. Now I can bring the volume of that. This is the audio track, remember? That's one way to arrange your beats. Either you use the raw sample and layer it right here. The same thing applies to the timing. If you should zoom in, you see right here, this section, the time signature changes. And you can zoom in and move right and left to see clearly what you're arranging and make sure you're having a very clean arrangement. Now, I think I want to show you how to use the Ableton Live EQ and reverb at least. I want some ambience on this string sound. So all I come here, sorry, the pluck sound, audio effects, and I come to I can use the EQ8. This is something where I'll have to explain some other time, but for now I'll just use the high pass. There are two ways to save. If you should save this way, the samples are not saved with that project. If a sample should move out of this, if you want to open the project, samples are going to be missing. So the best option to save is to use collect all and save. That way you can open the project on any other computer with all the samples intact. So I do collect and save and I choose OK to layer conga. And I can just highlight this because this is what I want. Double click. If I should double click, look at this place. This is region right here. Expand this. I double click and rearrange. Now you shift tab. I've gotten a very good chord progression. Yeah. think I'll just add this shaker loop and make it a complete circle. I have to there's just a little tweak I need to do. I have to double click, and this will be a tutorial for another day. I think I want to use a one shot. Now I want to use my computer keyboard as a keyboard right now to record this stuff, and I have to put the count in to 1 bar, so it prompts me, makes me ready to record. I have to Control S, and I click on the metronome so I can hear the metronome count of the stuff I'm doing, and click the record button. It goes. That's that. Very easy. I can now bring this in and hold the Control and left click to drag, copy, and voila, pastes. You can Control D, or you can use your arrow keys up and down, right and left to arrange your MIDI. If you don't want to use your mouse, I can either drag the kick directly to an audio clip. I want to create an audio clip. I'll use Control T to create an audio clip, and I drag the kick down to the audio. I just double Control D. Now every clip, unlike FL Studio, every clip right here is a unique entity. If you should make any change to either any of the section of the MIDI clip containing MIDI information, it's never going to affect the next one. And this is L Jack Beats for repping on behalf of HBS, giving you this tutorial. And I think this should be a wrap for now. The basic. Thank you very much.